Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel for another war video. It's War 9, and it is the matchup of number 1 and number 2, GT40 versus New Nation. And we are starting on Path 1 with Elsa Bloodstone, and really proud of these fights. These are really clean Elsa fights. She's sick and tired, so you just want to keep 3 debuffs up and really start going to town on this Surfer. You gotta be a little bit careful not to take hits because the Incinerates will count as additional buffs for Surfer and you'll take even more damage from him. But as long as we play clean here, have our dexes going on, and keep our debuffs up, he's going to be heal blocked and he's going to go down pretty quickly. Elsa hits perfectly hard enough to get this done. We're critting on basically every hit. We've got the secondary burst damage, and this fight is over. So like I said, this was an important war for us. We're at number 2 and number 1, so every single fight felt like a ton of pressure. They died early, giving us a 2-0 lead, and it was kind of on us. Every single time we've matched up against GT40, they've given us an opportunity with some early deaths, and this time around we really wanted to try not to choke it, because that's what we've historically done against them. So every single fight felt like the boss fight, if you know what I mean. So we're going in here against this Eye-Hulk. Again, a very straightforward fight as long as I play it well. I want to keep debuffs up at all times because that regen that he will get on this node is pretty massive. We're still going to have to deal with his immortality here just because some of the regen that snuck through at the start, and depending on your RNG, you're just not going to get him down before he gets to 15. But that's fine. As long as we have our debuffs up, he won't be unblockable, so pretty safe in that phase. And you just kind of have to wait it out. He'll be heal blocked, and then he will die. So again, 100% health. We're just doing our thing with Elsa, staying close to Eye-Hulk, baiting out specials, keeping our debuffs up. Here comes the immortality. I heal block him, get my evade counter. Now I throw this off knowing that the timer will be right, so that right when this expires, he will die. I won't have to deal with his little weird invisibility animation, and we're moving on. After this Mephisto in front of me got cleared, I have Hulkling on hazard shift. I place Odin's for myself on this fight so that I can take it with Rintra. We'll have some reduced shock damage that we'll take here. And basically, how I want to start this fight is to just get the neutralize up with one hit, kind of wait out the Incinerates a little bit. You can kind of just go to town, but I like to just play safe. So we do a couple hits here. I'm going to hit into his block just to back him up a little bit. Now I want to get the neutralize up again, so I intercept. And I'm taking some Incinerates here, but I know I'm going to be rooted in the corner, so I'm not too worried about the damage. Keep hitting him with lights. Bait this out. Unfortunately make a mistake there, but that's okay. Normally I have that down, but now we're in shock mode. We're going to heal from these shocks thanks to Odin. Huge crit on the SP2, so now I'm feeling great about this fight. Again, there's really no risk here. Cow is just too tanky. You can honestly just fight him during the Incinerate phase and not worry about it. The only thing you have to worry about is your parry's not sticking because you'll have debuffs on you. That's kind of the only issue throughout the fight. So as long as you're aware of that, you're going to be just fine. And that was my kind of first section. And so far, so good. Little moo in the chat. Hit him with the grade A beef. Unironically, I think Rintra has made me worse at the game, just playing him because he's so straightforward, but we're going to keep it rolling with Rintra here. He's going to take on Gore and Rich Get Richer. We have the advantage here of having the Odin pre-fights, all 3, just to make this fight a lot simpler, because otherwise you do have to deal with quite a bit of power here. So we're even on buffs, so no one's really gaining power except for me because I'm stopping some of his buffs, so I'm getting that power gain. Throw off this SP2. I'm having great crit RNG this war. That crits for 60,000. I think up until this point every special 2 had crit. We're just going to take this in the block. We're going to get some bleeds on us, but that's fine. Put a bunch of ruptures on him. And I think I just slowly hit him. Pause my ruptures with the heavy. I think I'm just going to let those do the work. I take a couple hits there, which is kind of annoying. He kind of did a little light off the wall, but that's okay. We're going to hit him couple more times, and as the ruptures continue to tick, he goes down. So pretty straightforward fight. I'll put a potion into Rintra and take down this scroll. So again, rich get richer. We are going to have to just deal with aspect of evolution here. Rintra has 200% ability accuracy reduction versus Cosmics, so I like him here better than like a Tigra. Buffs could sneak through, but Tigra would be just fine here too, especially with Odin's. We're going in here. There's our first special that doesn't crit, but I was just gaining so much power that I didn't want to be kind of at a special 3, and this one I think gets out of control while he baits this special. We just shoot up to an SP3, so no harm, no foul really. We're going to just get a bunch of ruptures on him, try to keep him in the corner a little bit, and then bait out a special. Doesn't really matter that we have a special 3. I think I do throw it off at some point, but there I got my spacing wrong and I get parried. Lose my indestructible boost, but that's okay. We're still at 99% health. And I'm going to go in here and get rooted because he throws the special, get the neutralize back up, and I think I just decide, yeah, to throw the SP3 here to get rid of my power, maybe get to an SP2 and finish this fight. It's just kind of dragging out longer than I want it to with aspect of evolution. Again, should never really be a problem for Rintra, but just don't really want to deal with it. Look at how little damage this does. He has no Furies, obviously, because of neutralize, but that usually hits pretty hard through the block. We're rooted. We heal a good bit of it back. Here's another one. That one hits a little bit harder because we weren't rooted. I get parried again, misjudging the entry level, or the entry timing, but I had above 15 charges, so I was stun immune. And so at this point, I'm like, I'm not throwing another special 3. I'm just going to hit him until he dies and get out of this fight. So 3%, 2%, 1%, goodbye. 94% health. Again, we'll potion up for our last fight here, get that little fraction of health back, because this next fight, I mean, you guys have seen me take it probably 3 times, but it can just be a little annoying, take a while. So I'm going to let Zarafa place this pre-fight on Cersei for me, and we're taking Cersei. I've got 43 seconds left on my indestructible boost, which is nice. Gonna give myself a 9k potion, top my health up, and then hopefully get into this fight before my invuln wears off. Looks like we're gonna be about just in time. Let's just double check. 18 seconds. We're gonna go. So again, the goal in this fight, just to bait specials. Unfortunately, I don't land my first parry, so she gets this. She gets this glancing, which I'm now gonna have to deal with, and that's okay. And I think, I can't remember if it's this one that I make a mistake. I think I do. I think she throws off an unblockable special too, and I just lose my entire indestructible boost. Yep. So that's not great. We're already in a pretty bad spot because I usually eat at least 2 SP3s in this fight. So now I need to play this a little bit more carefully. And again, so much pressure is on at this point, and I just made a huge mistake. We're still up 2-0 at this point, but we can't tie versus GT40. They always have us on time. So just every single fight feels like so much pressure, but we're just going to go in here and try to execute. So I'm trying to keep the taunt on her and keep her rooted as much as possible, bait out specials, because again, I do not want to eat a special 3 here really. So I want to try to get this out of her. She throws it. I'm still at 20 charges, so we can still take it while we're rooted, which is really nice in terms of negating some of that damage. She throws this off. I'm just going to block it. I don't want to take any unnecessary risks here. That's kind of the name of the game at this point because of the situation we got ourselves into, is to just be very safe. I throw on the taunt again, bait this out, keeping an eye on the conflictor window. I know she's going to go up to special 2 again. But my taunt is worn off at this point. I'm just hitting into her block. So now I have to bait this one out, ideally. And she throws it, which is nice. I just block the second 2 hits because my timing has been off on that before, and that would hit really, really hard, potentially. And then we're just gonna, again, go to town in the corner, put the ruptures on her, keep an eye on the conflictor. So she's gonna get conflictor here, and she probably has one more special left in her, or we can just hit her until she dies. She doesn't end up throwing it, and that's the fight. So 6 fights for me this war, 6 solos, a couple little mistakes that felt really big, but there we go, guys. 2-1 victory. First time beating GT40 in a long time. Really feeling good about this season. 8-1 on the season. Got our revenge against our 1 loss against GT40. 2-1 win. massive confidence booster as an alliance. Really excited about it. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe for future content. And as always, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.